Hi, I'm Christina Jurassic here from CM Labs. We're at our booth at Utility Expo 2025. Come take a look at what we got going on. So here we've got our 5-display Advantage simulator. This is a top-of-the-line simulator for construction and utilities. Currently we're running an HDD drill, which we've just released at Utility Expo. To our right, we have drone view, which is going to be for the instructor. The instructor can take a look at what's going on from a larger perspective. And to the right of that, we've got Intelli Instructor. Intelli Instructor is where we manage the classroom. It comes down to all of the specific numbers for the trainee who is going through the process, so you can actually see how effective they are, how quickly they complete tasks, and what their scoring is on it. So it'll go up in a percentage, and as the trainee tends to make mistakes, it'll kind of deduct those points as they go. It's great for vetting new operators in the industry, so if you're looking to hire, that's a great feature as well. And then right over here, we've got a desktop version. So this is our walk-around inspection. It is a new product as well. It allows you to actually just make sure that before the trainee starts on the real equipment in the real world, they go around and inspect the equipment to make sure that everything is in proper condition before they start. Cool. What else do you want to know? You got any questions?
So you're talking about the drone view. So
yeah.
Essentially you have a 3D camera that can then pick up where essentially the operator's looking at. So I can pick the direction, point of view of where they're coming or how they're operating the equipment.
Exactly.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, and it's great for the trainee as well who's in there operating.
They can see afterwards.
They can see from a different perspective. So when they're starting to learn new equipment, sometimes from a closer up view, it can be kind of confusing as to what they're doing if they're trying to lay out riggers or something like that. So to see it from a higher perspective and understand what's going on, what they're doing on the machine, is a great way to start.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
What are you guys using for the build out on the 3D models? Unity? Is it?
So we run our graphics on Unity, but all of our physics is done through our own proprietary software called Vortex Studio. We built the software about 25 years ago, and we actually sell it. So there's a lot of OEMs who will use it to prototype. Correct, yeah. Okay. So we've got some structural models that you can purchase, but a lot of OEMs will go in there and start from scratch to actually build their own equipment and do some testing, prototyping before they put things into production.
So if it's built off the Unity platform, means I can still buy like things that are pre-built, bring it into this platform
and then adjust it as you'd like.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, very popular.
So a lot of instructional design companies that will purchase this and then build their own simulation out of this as well, or is that?
Yes, but though
more like you were talking about.
It's more for prototyping, I would say. To go in and actually build your own simulation and training pack and all that, it's a lot of work.
Sure.
So most people, like we're a team of 120 people at CM Labs who do this. So it takes a lot of money and time to do your own simulation. So it's really more for prototyping, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a desktop version, so is this just simply a straight up standard e-learning kind of styling, or is
so that's our starting line model. So it's called the Edge Plus. So you've got the Sure Grip joysticks right over here on it, and you've got your pedals down at the bottom. It's a more affordable option. It starts at around 25,000 USD, depending on what you want to load it with. It goes up from there, but it's great if you want to put multiple units in a classroom. A little bit more of an affordable option. The only downside to it is that you got no motion on this. So
you don't get any feedback.
Correct. So the operator to really understand, how the machine feels and works, it's great to have a motion-based platform where they can actually feel the feedback of the machine and understand.
Very cool.
Yeah. We have different platforms that we run on. And we've got about 22 different machines that we also offer as well. So anything in construction, utilities, and ports. We've also got port simulators as well that we offer. But yeah, we're currently at 22 machines and growing.
So it's a generic forklift.
Yeah.
Like there's different operating controls for let's say a Raymond to a Doosan, things like that. How does that work?
So we do generic controls in general for our machines. They're based off of popular OEM machines, but we will take and pull things from different machines and make a generic model. If somebody wants a custom machine, we can do custom controls as well.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So do you have like a base model that's based off of, or is it just in general, you're like, this is kind of the idea, here's the most popular machines, and then base it off of those, here's the 5 that are most popular, let's base it off that kind of idea? Is like, how does that?
Yeah, we tend to go with the most popular in the industry. What's going to be, selling the most is what we go off of. But again, we try to make it generic so that it's not, a cat versus a deer. The good thing about that is that we can actually mimic the cat versus deer type of controls
in the same simulator.
In the same simulator by flipping a switch. So somebody who's used to operating maybe a deer could flip it onto a deer, and somebody who's more used to a cat could flip it to a cat.
And then I assume then you also then do control patterns too as well, like to flip between like an SJC or an H pattern, you guys can just flip it, it's on the same type of control setup. So like a lot of these different pieces of equipment, so to give an example of like a skid steer or a compact track loader, there's normally multiple control options, like where they have like the European version,
right,
or the US version, or the most dominant, like from a manual and that kind of stuff as well. Did those also change then as well?
They don't, so we have a standard one, and again, if you would like to change it, then we could.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. This is very cool.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed.
Thanks. Yeah. We work very hard.
Can I see what this looks like through this market?
So walk-around inspection currently, we've got a couple of courses. Let's go excavator. So this is online walk-around inspection.
Sure.
So on all of our machines, we actually offer or most of our machines, not all of them I would say, we offer walk-around inspection. So before the trainee starts, want to make sure that the equipment,
safety, right?
The equipment looks good, and we're testing them on it. So we're starting to offer this as an online option so that it could be deployed anywhere in the world. So we've got a lot of OEMs requesting this where, not everybody can make it to a training facility or training center.
Yeah.
And they like to actually be able to deploy it out to their trainees across the world where they could just log on and do some training manually.
Well, the idea of also being able to get something before they even come to a physical classroom as well, right?
Yeah.
So here's where you go to get started, and in machine inspections, always where everybody starts. So this is a perfect.
Exactly. We want to make sure that everything looks good before we start, so that way nothing goes wrong, So a little test on different things, you could see the bucket, you can see the boom, lights, just to familiarize yourself at the beginning, and then it'll start testing you and asking questions. You can see the tracks. Let's go tracks. So if I click tracks, it's going to ask me a question. So if the track is on your equipment is too tight, it could result in excessive wear to the track itself and undercarriage components. Alternatively, if the track is too loose, the machine may be unstable while operating. Do the tracks of this machine appear to be good in condition? So I would say, I'm going to go no, confirm. Answer was correct.
Does it tell them why? Like I know why, but
yeah. So correct. And in any issue in the track, such as damages, track sags, may compromise the operation. So we can kind of see why it wouldn't be. It would have to be tighter. Like it said in the instruction, it's supposed to be nice and tight.
There's a gap.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So now you go back and you could do different ones. So you get a little score there, and depending on the instructor, and what they want to see as a result, they could deem if you pass or fail, right? Something like this, we want the operator to get 100% on ideally, but if they accept 80%, then that could be good as well.
Sure.
Yeah. On average, like a passing rate is 80% for any type of equipment operation.
So for the online version of this, without the external joysticks, what do you guys charge for that?
We're currently working on the platform, and essentially it goes off of the amount of users that you would have on it. So we charge between 1 to 50 users, 50 to 100, 100 to 250, and then unlimited.
So is this able to be installed in somebody else's like LMS or LXP or anything like that?
Yep.
So it's like a XAPI packet. How's it get put?
That's a good question. I don't even know. I don't know if I'm that there yet with this. It's a new product. But
it can be installed in a third party.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So we have a lot of customers, especially OEMs, who would like to white label something like this with their own equipment, and we'll install it in their LMS, yeah. Currently it runs off of our own, but it could be if the person wanted it to. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Really appreciate it.
No problem.